In Pakistan, many semi-trailers are actually modified from small trucks. This has led to a high demand for semi-trailer hitches. To save money on modifications, they use steel plates from scrapped ships to make their own. Today, we'll take a look at how these scrapped ship steel plates are turned into hitches. Here we are at a truck parts factory in Karachi, Pakistan. At the port, they purchase these cut ship steel plates at very low prices. Pakistan's shipbreaking industry is very developed, dismantling many ships every year. But this industry is quite harmful to the environment, making it a heavily polluting industry. The steel plates used for manufacturing are of high quality. As long as the thickness is right, the quality of the products made is top-notch. Therefore, many automobile parts factories prefer to use these ship steel plates because they are both cheap and useful. The shape of the hitch is generally a double fork structure. Since these steel plates are cut at the port, the cutting marks are very rough. After cutting, the craftsmen need to grind the edges to facilitate further processing. While grinding, let's talk about the importance of this hitch component. It is called the fifth wheel and is crucial for the vehicle's load bearing and steering. If there are any issues with this part, it could lead to serious safety accidents. Besides the engine and transmission, this hitch is one of the core components of a semi-trailer tractor. The current process involves stamping several round hole recesses on the hitch plate. This allows oil to be retained during towing to keep it lubricated. After stamping these holes, the craftsman applies a layer of black machine oil on the steel plate to help with demolding. Then, the steel plate is placed on the stamping machine, the machine is activated, and powerful pressure is used to quickly form the steel plate, which is several centimeters thick. Next comes the assembly of the bottom parts of the hitch. These components must withstand various forces during towing, such as the impact during starting, turning, and braking. To ensure both sides are aligned on the same level, the craftsman uses a simple and efficient method of positioning with a steel pipe, avoiding the need for a lot of complicated measuring tools. This showcases the ingenuity of the working people. After positioning, the next step is welding. First, spot welding is done, followed by welding all the seams tightly to ensure the structure is solid. This ensures the stability of the semi-trailer during operation. The hitch has to bear the entire weight of the semi-trailer, so it is subjected to significant force. A locking hook is also required at the bottom to secure it in place. During assembly, each component must be precisely measured, especially the lock hook and the reinforced bottom parts. Even the tiny gaps between parts need to be strictly controlled. Otherwise, it could cause the lock hook to fall off or fail to unlock during vibrations. The entire hitch is made from scrapped ship steel plates. This material is extremely sturdy, and the internal reinforcing ribs are hand-forged. As long as the joints are proper, safety is guaranteed. After assembling the internal structure, the most critical part is the lock hook. Therefore, the craftsman used double-thick steel plates and marked the steel plates with an iron mold. The cutting work here requires precise machine operation. In Karachi, there are only 2 precision cutting arms available for this task because they are much more accurate than manual cutting and can save material to the greatest extent. The surface of the cut steel plate is very smooth and only needs a slight grind with an angle grinder to remove rust before installation. Once the lock hook is installed, it can securely lock the kingpin, preventing it from loosening during operation. Next, the safety unlocking handle is installed. This handle can release the lock hook by pulling. To ensure that the handle is always in the locked position, both the handle and the connecting rod are equipped with springs for automatic return. Then, the hitch and the bracket are fixed with pins. This way, the hitch has the necessary movement space. To make the appearance more attractive and rust-resistant, the craftsman first sprays a layer of primer and then chooses red as the top coat. The painting process might not be very meticulous, with some corners possibly left uncovered, but the main goal is to ensure an overall coverage. Although the local industrial conditions might not be top-notch, this is quite good already. We don't need to be too demanding, as the practicality of the hitch is the key. So, a hitch made from scrapped ship steel plates is completed. After seeing this process, what do you think of the quality of this hitch made from scrapped ship plates? If you were to rate it out of 10, how many points would you give it?